Khem does not mean black, but it's known as the land of the black people in ancient times.
My name is Joe. I have bachelor's degrees in archaeology and classics. I am not a professional archaeologist or practicing archaeologist. I just like to use my degrees and talk about archaeology and history when I get the chance. I wanted to stitch this video because it plays well into a video I just made about how people who push a narrative like Atlantis or like this particular video are almost like financially obligated to do so because it's what makes them money, right? They have a financial stake in continuing this narrative where they keep thinking, even if they don't know that it's true or if they don't believe that it's true, they need other people to believe that is true because that's where they get their money from, right? And so with this particular video, I'm gonna go through each individual point that Mr. Carson makes, and I'm gonna talk about why it just doesn't work archaeologically or historically. So in pre-dynastic Egypt, the indigenous people called their land Kemet, which meant the black land. And that was because every year the Nile would flood over, and as it receded, it would leave this black silt or black soil. And it was very fertile, and it allowed for people to cultivate crops. And that's the only reason that they called this the black land. They called it Kemet. It's not because of black people, or it does actually mean black. It just meant the black land.
And the black people that ruled over that land, in the Sumerian tablets, they were called the black-faced people. In the Sumerian, that's the way it actually translates in cuneiform, ancient Babylonian and Akkadian. It says the black-faced people.
As far as the cuneiform tablets go, the Sumerian tablets, I believe the Sumerians called themselves the Sangiga. I don't quote me on this, how to say it. I don't think I'm saying it correctly, but that just meant the black-headed ones or the black-headed people, and it meant to describe their hair. Kind of like how we say red-headed, you know, we don't call them red-faced people like he's calling these the black-faced people. That's not how it's translated. It was translated as the black-headed people, talking about their hairstyle or their hair coloring.
And then you had the Dogon tribe, which actually were the original inhabitants of the land of Khem, which are black people that ruled over that land long before the dynastic era. And then they were overthrown and moved out into Mali, Africa, which they are.
I am not an African historian. I did not take any African history courses in my college career. So please take what I'm saying with a grain of salt. Maybe there's a professional who can actually give more accurate information than I can. This is just from a quick Google search and a quick JSTOR article like search. To the best of my knowledge, the Dogon tribe originated in West Africa around Mali. They did not live in Egypt. They were not forced out by pre-dynastic or dynastic kings that moved them from Egypt to Western Africa. That didn't happen. I think it's just, he just puts it in there to fit a narrative about black people having been forced out from Egypt.
The name Khem was given to that land by Thoth, the Atlantean priest king, and that's where he began to teach chemistry and alchemy. And
Thoth is the Egyptian god of knowledge. This is just Mr. Carson rewriting Egyptian religion to fit his narrative about an Atlantean priest king and coming over to teach Egyptians something about Atlantis, I guess. Specifically, in this case, this is alchemy and chemistry and the origin of those words. There is an Egyptologist from the 1900s, early 1900s, that said that the word chemistry came from Egypt as like meaning the Egyptian science. Most people believe that chemistry comes from the Greek kumeia, and alchemy is Old French that came from Arabic alchemia, which came from the Greek word kumeia. Ultimately, like I said at the very beginning of this video, it's people like this who have a lifestyle to maintain, right? This is their career, this is their livelihood, and so they will push a narrative by any means necessary to make it seem like they know what they're talking about, when in fact, most likely they have no idea what they're actually talking about. A little bit of research and you can pretty much pinpoint everything that he said in the video is wrong. And I know it's easy to buy into this kind of content because it's hooking, it grabs your attention, it's fascinating, it sounds interesting. But I can promise you that like the actual archaeological record, the actual history of these civilizations are so much more interesting than anything that these guys can create when it comes to Atlantis or aliens or anything like that. Like if you just listen to some professionals actually talk about the civilizations that they spent their entire career studying, it's so much cooler. Anyways, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. I'm going to try and make regular videos when I can. My work schedule is changing. Like always, I'm going to put my sources that I used, that I got my information from at the end of this video. Again, thanks for watching. I will talk to you later. Bye.